What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 10 American things Europeans people consider rude. You ready for this one?
Yeah, it should be an interesting one.
Everyone's perception of rude is kind of different, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah, and I feel like even Europe is quite a big, broad, like that is a big blanket of people.
Definitely.
And I feel like what's rude in the UK may not be rude in like Spain or France.
Definitely. No, I completely agree, and yeah. Ireland, where this channel is from, as well. So it's a broad spectrum. We're going to give our view, trying to represent the British as much, but again...
But then Britain's still so big.
Yeah, well, it's not compared to the US, but it's large, isn't it? There's a lot of people.
Yeah, like I feel like what could be rude up north could be perceived as...
normal south.
Normal, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like just not chatting in the street is normal down south, but up north you think, oh, it's a bit rude, just ignore me. You know what I mean? Something like that. So smash that button if you enjoy this content. Smash that subscribe button as well. What is the like goal for today?
2,000.
2,000 likes. So smash that button, we'd seriously appreciate it. And why not share it to a friend? We've been hit by a lot of copyrights recently, haven't we? So we seriously appreciate it. This video shouldn't get copyrighted, we don't think. So we'd appreciate it if you share it. We're going to be doing a flat toss soon. It will be coming, so don't worry about that. It's been a busy weekend. Very busy weekend.
Maybe next weekend.
We got our Wi-Fi literally today. Probably why you guys are enjoying so much videos, because we pre-recorded so many. But yeah,
maybe by next weekend.
Maybe by next weekend you'll have a flat.
We might have cleaned.
Fingers crossed. I don't know when you see this video though. Maybe sometime like Thursday, something like that. But yeah, whatever day you see this video,
it's coming
weekend
soon.
Hopefully.
It's coming soon.
It's on Patreon first. Whenever it'll be in this month, because people have signed up waiting for it. We'll get it this month, and we'll get it 3 days early.
Just unpacking's taking a lot of time.
A lot of time. Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Let's check out 10 American things Europeans find rude. What we got?
So this week I've been thinking a lot about etiquette, and it's something I've touched on this channel before, but today I thought it might be fun if we looked at things that are acceptable in America but are considered a little bit rude in Ireland. Now, Ireland is not a very strict place, so if you do any of these things, it's not going to be considered a massive faux pas, and people are pretty accepting of the fact that people from different nationalities have different cultural systems and different manners and etiquette and stuff. The reason we're doing this list is because it's fun to look at stuff that is a little bit different in different countries. So if you're offended by this list, get a life. It being a list, it's also going to be full of generalizations. Not everybody does every single thing. Also, I try not to repeat myself on lists, so do check out my other lists to see if there's anything that you think I should have mentioned that I didn't.
Check out other videos as well.
Video, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel.
Same here.
It's super important, and it's what makes the world go round. No, it doesn't. I've exaggerated. We'll get to that later in the list. So the first thing that is acceptable to do in America, but not acceptable to do in Ireland, is this hand gesture. You can't see that. Okay, so I have my middle finger up and I have my index finger up at the same time. In America, I see people doing this in photos, like, I'm going to use my pinky finger as a substitute. And they look really happy about it and stuff, but in Ireland, putting up your index finger and your middle finger is considered even ruder than flipping somebody off with the middle finger.
Wow.
So, yeah, don't do that in Ireland. It's
really I mean, it's definitely rude.
It's definitely
in different contexts, rude, isn't it?
But I feel like, personally, people in like that I've come across, they just use the middle finger, not like the other one.
The middle finger's worse, isn't it?
The other one is like kind of like a jokey,
a comedy one, like, definitely.
You just throw up, but also like I get it because in America it definitely is like this, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. But I've seen like
British teenage boys do it.
Yeah, I've seen so many photos.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like I feel like for me anyway, perceiving that as like a jokey one.
Yeah, definitely. Like you do it to your mates or something like that.
I wouldn't be offended.
No, definitely not.
Whereas
the middle one is more offensive.
Yeah.
I feel like it just depends on the context, doesn't it? Really.
The middle finger one's funny when it's a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Like you did to me. You literally did to me earlier. You literally did to me earlier.
Yeah.
In a jokey way.
He asked me to make him breakfast.
It was something like that. Yeah, and literally because I just hadn't moved out of bed. So.
Don't worry, he's not being.
Oh no, it's all in just banter, in all good banter fashion.
Gleefully holding up the two fingers because it just means a totally different thing here, but yeah. The next thing Americans do that can be a little offensive to Irish people is be very, very direct. I've mentioned before Irish people like to dance around a subject, and that's because we do,
to be fair.
If Americans want to know something, they'll come right out and ask you, whereas in Ireland it's perceived not so polite because we like to ease ourselves into some of the harder questions. Questions like this would be, how much do you earn? How tall are you? What's your educational background?
I'm something of a scientist myself.
And it's not that direct questions are unacceptable in Ireland. It's just a case of we don't jump straight into it. There's
probably same in Britain, isn't it? In England.
Whereas Americans will just come right out and ask it. So
Why
if
waste
you want
time?
to receive it the Irish way, try and get to know the person a little bit first, or at least have the banter, which brings me to my next point. Banter is something a lot of American people don't get.
What?
In America, if you're doing...
We've had this so much on our channel, haven't we? Where we've had more at the start. Now you listen to it, have cottoned on to it. Well, at the start, I'd throw some shade at you, you'd throw shade at me, but all in quote unquote banter.
That is what we call it in Britain.
Literally,
Banter.
and we're not having a go at each other, we're not being rude to each other, it's a joke. And we got a lot of comments like, don't be mean, and then we realised, oh, it's just banter between each other.
I feel like banter is such a big thing.
Definitely, and it is a good, there's obviously, it depends what context it is, and then that's how you know if it's banter or not, but a lot of the time it's taken as banter. You guys have seen it on the channel a lot, people have been like, oh my god, but I think a lot of people...
I feel like we do have a different type of humour.
Yeah, I think it's more of a mean...
I feel like we're harsher.
Definitely.
But like, harsher, but then it's like innocent. Like,
yeah, innocent and joking.
But then I feel like the Americans think that we're actually being horrible.
Yeah, when we're not. But a lot of you guys have gotten on to it, because to be fair, the 1 year anniversary is coming up, so we'll be doing a live stream hopefully next Friday. When I say next Friday, like 5 days from now. Literally, whenever you might be a couple of days from when you guys are seeing this video.
Is it like Friday the 10th? Friday the 11th?
Something like that it'll be. We'll be doing a live stream then. It'll be on our channel later in the week on community or something like that, because it'll be 1 year anniversary for me. There you go. But yeah, good banter, and you guys get it. I think most of you guys get it now.
A job like waiting tables or something, it's considered efficient to just wait the tables, ask for somebody's order, take their order, do the job. Whereas in Ireland, it's considered much more professional to have a little conversation with the person. It's almost a case of being super efficient and super polite is considered a little bit standoffish. Irish people like a little banter to feel at ease. So commenting about the weather or remarking upon a funny thing that happened outside in the car park is just banter, and it's good. Whereas in America, the person is just there to do their job as quickly and efficiently as possible. In Ireland, good service means being at ease with the person that is serving you, more so than being happy with them efficiently doing their job. Yes, you want them to do their job well, but you'll be more forgiving if you feel like you've got a rapport with the person. If somebody's very formal, thank you sir, yes ma'am, it's just considered to be quite distancing and not so jovial. In Ireland, we like to feel like our mates. The next one, a lot of you guys have commented about, it's American people being loud, but I want to get really specific.
That's very stereotypical, isn't it?
American people in groups don't strike me as very loud. I've noticed Spanish people, when they're abroad, can be very loud in groups, particularly students, whereas American people, I've noticed, tend to have one specific person in a group yelling above everybody else. So you'll have the mom in a family being really loud, or the kid in the family telling somebody all about a video game.
I feel like that could be the UK as well, you know.
Coach or whatever. So
probably. Let us know in the comments on that one.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a...
You got when order needs to be resumed, you got one who speaks above the rest.
Yeah, but I feel like the reason we perceive Americans as loud is because of the movies.
Definitely. It is a big stereotype. And to be fair, Lost on the Pond stuff like that has said it is evident and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it just depends on the setting as well. And we can't really comment because we've not really experienced it. But let us know in the comments if you agree, if you're loud, if that makes sense, if you think you're loud.
The whole group doesn't tend to be loud, but it's interesting how there's always a domineering voice in a group of American people, whereas Irish people will kind of look sideways if we see one person not kind of sticking to the accepted level in the room or on the bus, as the case was. That person will get this kind of look. Oh, but we'll never say it. We'll never say it. We prefer to just look at people like that. But we'll never confront anybody.
Yeah, Brits would be quiet about it, wouldn't they?
Probably wouldn't really look either.
The next thing is a question that some of you guys asked me about taxis.
Try to.
It's a case of, in Ireland, it's considered a little rude to sit in the back of a taxi if you're the only one getting into a taxi. I know you guys have Ubers and stuff, and so in this case, I'm just talking about Ubers, taxis, whatever. But yeah, if it's daytime or whatever, you'll generally sit in the front of a taxi if you're the only person there, because otherwise it's considered a little bit snobby. However, there is a little bit of a difference. Say for example, I'm getting a taxi by myself late at night, I'll always sit in the back seat, and that's just a general...
I guess this is a weird one. I feel like if you were with your mate and I was getting it, like there were three of us getting a taxi, I'd always get in the front and then have a chat to him, stuff like that. I only ever get in the back if it's just me and you, just because I know you don't want to go in the back on your own, if that makes sense.
I've never got a taxi on my own, but I feel like I would go in the back.
I'd go in the front if I got a taxi man.
I feel like, but if it this is where like saying this in the nicest way possible, if it was a female driver, I would probably get in the front.
You get a bit nervous about these things.
I am nervous. Men scare me.
Yeah.
They do. I just get nervous about situations, and also I don't really like talking.
Yeah, you don't really like talking.
I get too anxious, so that's why, like, in taxis we sit in the back and you do all the talking.
Yeah, if you're with me, I'll sit in the back with you. If I'm on my own, I'd definitely sit in the front. And I say, if there were 3 of us and you were sat in the back with someone, like a mate, I'd happily go in the front and chat away.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm drunk anyway, so I just chat for days. But
I'd probably never get a taxi on my own anyway.
Yeah, you'd probably avoid it, wouldn't you?
Probably like walk. Well, I wouldn't even walk actually. I just wouldn't go out.
Yeah, I just wouldn't go out on your own.
People expect to do after a certain time of night. But yeah, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm jumping in a cab, I'll usually jump in the front seat. If I've something to do, I might get in the back because I've just got stuff to do on my phone or whatever. But yeah, it can be a little awkward if the taxi driver's sitting in the front, you're in the back, and you're having the bants. So it's just easier to sit in the front. The next thing that Americans do that is considered a little bit rude here is talking too much. In Ireland, as I say, we tend to have banter, but this banter is kept pretty short. I'll say a thing, you say a thing, I say a thing, we'll laugh, you'll go away. Whereas I've noticed sometimes if you engage an American who's travelled here on holiday or whatever, they will tend to go into a big, long story, and as an Irish person, because we're quite polite about things like that, we'll stand there nodding, and we'll throw them back some banter, and it's like we've given them a rope, and they'll just keep on going. They'll just keep talking about their story, and again, it will tennis ball back to you, and you'll give them another little line, and they'll tell you more about their life. Now, I'm talking about 2 people who wouldn't be super familiar with each other, like a shop worker and a customer, or a person in a restaurant and a person eating in a restaurant. If you're with your mates, yeah, you go into stories, they go into stories, that's normal. But if a person who doesn't know you is trying to have banter with you, it's generally acceptable to throw them back no more than a short paragraph. Don't tell them your entire life story, no matter how friendly they seem or receptive to it. Again, there could
I'd
be
agree with that,
exceptions.
like, you know, just short. But then not long ago we were in Waitrose, weren't we? And that, do you remember that person on the till telling about their son and all that? Just because they saw my ID, saw all of them, and they were just telling us all about their life. And I was like, there with the shopping ready to go, and she's still chatting.
And I feel
it was nice.
Also,
but...
it's generational. Do you know what I mean? Like, for me, I feel like I've had a lot of conversations, like deeper conversations with older people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and also because they just have so many more
you have a lot of conversation with them. But in terms of if you're shopping stuff like that, most time it's short and sweet. You don't really have deep conversations with a stranger shopping.
No, but like that one on the till, I've had that quite a few times.
Oh, okay.
Like in the shops. Obviously, it depends how much shopping you're waiting for.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you're just like a quick basket like shop, then probably not. But whenever I go to the till, like they all like I feel like the young ones just like
doing away
because that's like I'd be too nervous to talk to people. But yeah.
No, it was nice. Don't get me wrong, it was nice. But it was the fact that we were then stood there with our thing, we'd paid, other people waiting, and she was still chatting to us. And it was like, this is a part where we go. But yeah, it's great. You know what I mean? Other than that, it was great.
Well, maybe you've just met and you've fallen in love, and maybe that's the whole thing. But try and just be a little conservative about not going into a big, long story preceded by another big, long story. Just keep your things to short sentences and box pops if you don't know the person. Another thing I've noticed Americans do here is keep their language very formal. So they'll say, excuse me, if they're trying to get past you in a shop or something. Whereas in Ireland, we'll say sorry. And we don't actually mean sorry.
We do that again, don't we? Do that in UK.
Sorry,
in England.
Just
you would, sorry mate, as you go past
I
and
say
stuff
excuse me.
Oh, I did like in a pub, is a perfect example. Just going, sorry mate.
No, I always say excuse me.
There you go. More posh.
Which is super duper formal. I've also noticed Americans use quite big words, like if a server comes over to the table. God, I'm talking a lot about waitresses and waiters today, but it's just a good example of bringing it back to stuff. So yeah, the waiter or waitress will be like, hi, is everything okay over here? And an American person will be like, thank you, it's wonderful. Whereas an Irish person is more likely to come back with something really informal, like,
all good, thanks. I say spot on, thanks.
This is again because we like to create...
See, I say, sometimes I'll be like, oh, it's lovely, thank you. Or it's amazing.
You can tell who's from the south here and who's from the north.
I don't know, I feel like, yeah.
I think most of the time I go, spot on, thank you very much. Even if I don't like it, I just always say spot on. I'm not going to be like, I don't like it, that's just awkward. But I was like, spot on, cheers mate.
I would never say
atmosphere
that. Very posh.
Being friends a little bit, but not too much. You don't have to, this is just a suggestion. The next thing is, if an Irish person asks you to do something for the crack, this is almost something you really, really have to do. So
that's just banter, isn't it?
Do it for banter.
Like,
do it for crack,
them. If somebody says, let's jump out of a plane for the crack, and you say,
no,
I don't want to do that.
People will look at you like you're boring. A good
In
friend or
fairness,
colleague will know how far...
If any of them said to me, jump up playing for a crack, I don't care what you look like.
Oh, yeah.
What you look at me like, I'm not doing it.
Definitely wouldn't do it, but that is one of them sayings where you know it's something so stupid. Like, you're normally with your
We
mates.
used to say, as kids, do it for the vine.
Oh, no, that was just a meme, though,
No,
weren't
but
it?
like everyone at school would be like, oh, I don't know, do this, do it for the vine.
Yes, because there was a van meme, weren't there? Do you remember that? That was a proper
that
big
was
meme.
probably at school for like 4 years.
That's probably a very
version.
similar thing, yeah, just the meme of it, and then everyone had to do it. I guess with the crack thing, again, same thing. Something really stupid, you with your mates, like, oh, go on, do it for a crack, it'll be fun. Or something like that.
I think, I don't know if that's because you're from England, but
Maybe.
we've never said that. At
Oh,
school.
definitely.
Even like the guys never said that at school.
Oh, when it's just something stupid, like, oh, come on for the crack, and then you do it,
Nah,
and
yeah.
you're like, why do we
We
just
never
do
said
that?
She was asking you to do something for the crack, but yeah, asking you to do something for the crack is something you're almost obliged to do with your friends. So, for example, if I was on a night out and we were just having a few drinks and somebody said, well, we go for a dance for the crack, and I was kind of feeling like, oh, I don't really want to, I'd feel a little bit obliged, yes, I have to do it for the crack, or that person's going to go and say, I'm boring. That sounds
Who
way
cares
harsh.
if they say
It's
you're
much
boring, by the
more
way?
pleasant.
Who actually
I'm still
cares?
jumping out
But
of
yeah,
plane. I was
asking
boring.
somebody to do something for the crack is like a double dog dare. The next thing is, if somebody asks you if you want to join them for tea in their house, don't feel like you have to say yes, or like this is an exceptional thing that they've asked you to do. If somebody crosses your doorstep, you're almost obliged to ask them if they want a drink or if they want tea. And a lot of times you don't really want them to stay for tea, but it's considered
is true.
very, very rude not to offer them tea.
Go on, would you not have a drop?
No, thanks anyway, Mrs. Doyle. I'm fine.
Go on.
No, really.
I'll tell you what, Father, I'll pour a cup for
Seriously.
you anyway.
I've seen this happen to another person, and then that guest stayed for hours and hours and hours, whereas the original invite was just one out of courtesy. Now, the person wasn't unwelcome, but it was definitely a cultural divide. They just invited them out of the sake of formality. So yeah, tea is not necessarily a thing that somebody really, really, really wants you to do. They're just doing it because it's tradition.
I'm
here to
never
ask
gonna say
somebody
yes
if they
now.
want a cup of tea or coffee. When they...
Oh, it's nice to say yeah, but it's something. I think the point is like you
Don't
say,
overstay welcome.
do you want to come for a tea? They've dropped them off, they come in, and then suddenly,
Drop
oh, I'll have another cup of tea, please. And then it's like, and 2
never,
hours later.
Never asked you to have two.
Yeah, I know exactly. What I'd want, it was meant to be a 10-minute thing. 2 hours later, you get rid of them. Oh, thank God they're good. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's that.
Just start inviting them for dinner.
Even if that person's a worker or a builder, you'll always ask them, do they want a cup of tea?
Always
I don't know why
workers.
we do that. We just do. And the final thing that Americans are inclined to do, and I've seen them do when they come to Ireland, that is definitely a little bit of a faux pas here, is bragging. Now, bragging can be defined very differently in America and Ireland. And the reason for this is in Ireland, everybody tends to downplay themselves, take the piss out of themselves, even slag each other off and stuff. Whereas in America, talking about all the wonderful things that you've done and your accomplishments is seen to be something that you're proud of. And again, why shouldn't it be? You know, doing something great like climbing the Himalayas.
I reckon it's a bit of both in England.
Yeah, see, personally, I find that too awkward to talk about myself.
I do, but if someone asks you about it, it's nice, but it's awkward to do it. But then sometimes when it's something amazing, it's like,
Yeah.
I want to tell people.
I feel like I don't know if this is a British thing or this is just a me thing, but you know, like when you tell people things that you're proud of, like that
Yeah.
you've done, like I just feel guilty that I'm like, do you know what I mean? I feel awkward that I'm telling them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like with the YouTube thing, for example, when someone talks to me about it, I'm like, oh yeah, talk about it. But I always kind of end it with, but you never know, people could just stop watching tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of
Because
like...
you don't want it to be
it's
like,
not it's
wow,
not-
look at us. We're
Yeah,
amazing.
I was like, you never know, it could just end tomorrow. Not end the world, we enjoy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess that's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, you talk about it, but it's not always like, oh my God, look at me, this
Yeah.
is amazing. And then,
Yeah.
I say, I slag myself off all the time. I think a lot of people do in Britain.
I feel like you know when you were at school and you had to like write down things you're good at.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing ever.
I don't know if that was that hard. I just used to go for football.
It took me ages. Like, this is not deep. I'm okay.
I'm going to say,
But
you're right.
I just find it awkward.
Yeah, you do, definitely. I know
And being
that.
to read it out in front of the whole class. Oh my God.
Himalayas is an accomplishment. But in Ireland, it's just kind of something you'll throw casually into conversation. You won't tell people about all the trophies and medals you've won. You'll kind of let them discover that by themselves. And that's something that makes people interested in you because you're kind of discovering things about people as opposed to them telling you right up front all their accomplishments and achievements. Another kind of casual way I've seen American people do this is saying something like, oh yeah, I'm really strong, or oh yeah, I'm really good at that. Irish people just will never say they're good at something. They'll always let you figure that out by themselves. So to us, somebody coming in and saying that they're really good at something or that they're really accomplished comes across a little bit like bragging. But as with everything else on this list, we understand where you're coming from. We understand you've got cultural differences, but it's just out of human interest. I thought you might enjoy to hear what they are. Yeah.
Let us know if you enjoyed that video.
Yep.
There's been a lot. We talked loads in that video.
Yeah.
It's 11-minute video. I'm guessing we've probably hit the 20-minute mark. Would be my guess. Last thing on that, I guess there's exceptions to everyone in every single country. There will be Irish people who brag. There will be British people who just straight up, all me, don't even listen to you. There's exceptions. And in the US, there'll be people who don't want to brag about it. Smash that button if you enjoyed. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed it as well. We would seriously appreciate it. It means more than you guys realise. It really does. We're going to hopefully be streaming in about a week from when we're recording this. I don't know when this is going out, so maybe a couple of days, maybe tomorrow, maybe today. But on Friday, did we say 11th?
I think it's 11th, yeah.
Friday the 11th, we hopefully will be streaming, assuming Wi-Fi is still
Friday's
going
the closest to the 11th.
Exactly, it's still day one with internet, so we're hoping it's still there, and if it is, we'll be streaming. Anything else to add?
No.
What should we do then?
Oh, have a fantastic day.
And we'll see you legends in the next one. Peace.